What strategies do you use to get a good night's sleep? Pop your answers in the comments. Sleep is really important. I've already done a video on the importance of sleep, so if you'd like to learn more about that, just click on the video and you can learn more. Today I'm going to offer you 5 strategies or tips to help you get a good night's sleep. Getting a good night's sleep can be really hard, especially as parents, we've got lots on our minds, but trying to get our children to have a good night's sleep can also be quite challenging. These 5 tips will work for you or for your children. One of the ones that I'm going to offer you today has been hands down the most amazing tip that I can offer you. So stick around to the end to hear that one. One of the first things you can do to help you get to sleep is to actually set up a routine. A bedtime routine is one of the key factors in getting a good night's sleep. So for our family, we have a bedtime routine for our children. The bedtime routine often involves taking any medication that they might need to take, brushing their teeth, and then it involves things like taking a bath or a shower to calm and relax them. Once they've done that, we pop on headphones and music, or we find a calming game or activity, or we use our sensory toys, and we just spend some time relaxing before we then get into bed. And having this set routine that works the same way every single night means that our kids' bodies get into a system where they know, okay, it's medication, teeth, bath, oh, it's time for bed. And our bodies start to go, okay, I need to start releasing the melatonin and the things that we need to get a good night's sleep. And so that routine is really key to being able to easily settle children. With putting in a routine, our children settle a lot more easily than they used to. So have a look at your nighttime routines and find a routine that works for you and your family. We haven't set our system up with set times for doing the various aspects of the bedtime routine because we didn't want to get stuck into a situation where if we were out for dinner with family or visiting friends that suddenly at 7 o'clock, we had to now start a bedtime routine. So our bedtime routine doesn't have set times, but it has a set way of being done and a set order in which it's done, so that no matter what time of the night we end up needing to do the routine will still work and still kick the brain into gear to release melatonin and things that it needs to get the body relaxed and ready for sleep. Having a time in the evening just before you get into bed where you can sit there and you can do some deep breathing exercises or some mindful breathing exercises, those can help children to settle. They can help relax your mind and your body and get your body in a state where it's ready to go to bed, and it can switch off the mind because you've kind of released all the anxieties, the worries, the stress of the day. There are quite a few sleep stories on YouTube. There are lots of sleep story apps, but listening to sleep stories for 20 to 30 minutes before bedtime helps to calm down our minds, helps to calm down our bodies, and just helps our bodies and minds relax and get ready for getting into bed, settling down, closing our eyes, and going to sleep. Sleep stories are also really good for young children. And there's an app called Moshi that we found really useful when our boys were a lot younger. Not so great now that they're older, but you can find lots of different varieties and types of sleep stories on YouTube. So our oldest is very challenging to settle some nights. And we found that using the calm sort of music and almost meditative type music works to settle him. So we use an app called the Insight Timer, and that app helps our child get to sleep. There's lots of sleep stories, there's lots of sleep sounds. So apps like that are really, really good. Being able to use calming sounds like ocean waves or rain falling on a roof, things like that are quite useful, and they're quite calming and relaxing. They kind of almost tend to do the same thing as deep breathing and regulation techniques do. So that's one that my oldest uses all the time, and I use it at night as well. I've got a couple of playlists set up, and one is nature sounds and the other one is stories. So it just depends on where I'm at on a given night as to which one I listen to. But I do find that nature sounds and calming stories work really well for settling you down quite quickly. Weighted blankets are quite expensive, especially if you're getting them off of sensory websites, but they are something that I can recommend as definitely worth spending money on. For some children, they can take a little bit of getting used to, but my youngest uses a weighted blanket, and to start with, it was really challenging for him to use them. He wasn't always comfortable with the weight, and he used to quite often not use it at night to go to sleep, but he'd use it during the day watching movies on the couch or just chilling, listening to music. But what he's found now is that he actually needs the weight at night. And with the weighted blanket at night, he's getting a lot more sleep. He's a lot less restless. And so it's helping him get to sleep quicker most nights. And it's giving him a more restful sleep because he tosses and turns quite a bit. I've also started using a weighted blanket, and I'm definitely finding that the weight is keeping me a lot more settled at night. I'm waking up a lot less. So I highly recommend giving weighted blankets a go. But the key thing to look at with the weighted blankets is to check for all the safety information on the website that you might be looking at. Often the websites will give you guidance on the right weight to get for yourself or your child. So it's quite important to read all safety information before you get a weighted blanket. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.